Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update finally on my HENA laser hair removal device. You know how everybody always says everyone was asking, or you guys wanted to know, or you guys asked me. This time a lot of people have been reaching out wanting to know my full results, wanting to have an update, and I would have actually done this update sooner. I heard you guys, but I honestly, after using it for about a month, I honestly just forgot. It completely fell out of my routine. That's my bad, but I said right up front that I am not good at consistently doing something like this, especially when it is a little bit more time consuming. But I finally had the time recently to be able to kind of like start over, if you will, and I started using it once a week. Again, basically like I had never used the device before, so that I can give you guys a true 100% thorough review, and it's mixed. I'll just go ahead and tell you that right up front. It is a mixed review, but I want to give you guys all the goods, all the details, and my true thoughts after using it for about 2 months consistently now. I think I'm ready to give you the full story on what worked, what didn't, what I liked, what I don't like. So let's get into it. All right, so first off, let's talk about the device. There is a physical aspect to this that I don't love, and that is I have my plug right here. The cable is plenty long, but the thing that I find super annoying is that the little attachment for your power cable does not really stay in there well. It's already loosened up just from like moving it like that, but when you're doing this and this, trying to get to like all the little crevices, you're trying to get the back of your leg, this just comes out super easily, and it was like halfway out just there, just from like moving it around. Yeah, it just kind of falls out, and I'm trying not to like over exaggerate my motions here, but if there's any like resistance to it, it starts to slip out, and once you start to move it around, it comes out really easily. So that's like an annoying factor. Let me go back to the beginning and think about all the things that I had to tell you guys. One of the big questions I had was, is there any pain with the device? Is it painful? For me, it wasn't painful at all. When it comes to the laser, there are 5 settings, and I always turn mine all the way up to 5 because I wanted the full result. I did test it out at first using a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and honestly, it didn't bother me to use any of the levels, so I figured let me just go ahead and go all the way up. Now, on a 5 level in the underarm, it was tender, and I don't mean overly painful, but you kind of felt that like momentary like zap. But it was just like a quick little like flash of discomfort, and then it was gone. So for someone with a low pain tolerance, you might find this a little bit painful. I'm not gonna lie about that. For me, I feel like I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so you know, a little bit of discomfort was all that it was for me. Now you have a mode where you can literally turn this on, and every time you want to flash, you click. There is a little delay, like you can't just like click that fast. You can like click, move, click. Now there's another one where if you hold down there's another setting where if you hold down the button and you let it flash, and then you let it flash a second time, it's on an auto flash, and it does it just about as quick as you could manually. And I kind of wish that was a little faster, because you're doing like a click. I'm just going to pretend like it flashes, you move, it flashes, you move, it flashes, and it takes a while. I just wish you could go flash, 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 but we can't have everything in life, right? Okay, so that's the function of the device. So this is meant to basically kind of like damage your hair follicle in a way, but it's a reaction that your hair follicle has where it's supposed to stop hair growth. At first you will see, you know, maybe your hair growth is a little bit more sparse, maybe it's slower, maybe the hair coming back is finer. Those are some things that I've seen people say that they have. So now the really big question, did it stop my hair from growing? No. I just don't think that this is going to live up to what you can get in an office when you go and pay buku bucks for laser hair removal, but I truly didn't really expect those level results. Obviously, it would be amazing if I didn't have to shave my legs, and that's probably one of the reasons that I will continue to use it, is because I don't shave as often now. But let me go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of what I mean. First off, my arms. I love shaving my arms. I love having no hair on my arms. It's just a personal preference for me. I doubt you'll be able to see anything on my arms right now, but I have not shaved my arms in about 2 weeks, and the hair that is back is like the teensiest little tiny bit, and it's also very fine. The hair was already fine because this hair is fine, but the hair on my arms was already very soft, kind of like blondish. It was very light. Wasn't a big deal, But I did have to, if I wanted a very perfect clean shave, I would have to shave my arms probably every 3 to 4 days if I wanted like absolute smoothness. And now I can go for at least a week without shaving my arms and feeling like 100% smooth. And of course at 2 weeks out, it is growing back a little bit. So ultimately the hair on my arms is softer, it grows back much slower, and it does seem to be a little bit more sporadic. Like I don't feel like all the follicles of my hair are growing as fast as the others, if that makes sense. So like some follicles I feel like are growing so slow, I could probably go for a month without shaving. But then there's other follicles that for whatever reason are continuing to grow at about, you know, I want to shave every couple of weeks type of deal. Now that does save me a lot of time, a lot of effort. So I do enjoy the results that I'm getting from it, but that's my arms. Now, let's talk about legs. Ultimately, if I could never shave my legs again, I would be a really happy camper. Same for my armpits. I just shaved my underarms today, and I have to say that I feel like my underarms have gotten the least result out of any body part that I've used this on. I just think that because that hair in my underarm is so, it's thicker, it's coarser, and obviously in an area that is dark and you have moisture, you know that your hair is typically gonna grow coarser. That's just the way that it goes. So for my underarms, I think it's maybe slowed down the growth a little bit, but that's about it. Getting back on topic, my legs. I don't know if this is the same for every person out there, but for me, the higher you go up on my leg, the hair is finer, and it's also much more sporadic. My thighs never really had that much hair to begin with, but for right now, my thighs have hardly any hair on them, and I've not shaved my legs in probably about the same amount of time as my arms, so probably about 2 weeks. And my thighs have almost no hair on them, and the hair that is there is, again, very fine, kind of the same situation with my arms, because I feel like the hair is similar. As for my lower leg, I feel like I've seen a little bit of result there, but honestly it hasn't made any kind of like dramatic difference with the hair on my lower leg. For me, about a third the way down my shin and below all the way to my ankle has always had the coarsest hair on my legs. I feel like that's probably pretty standard, but that hair is darker, it's coarser, and it typically grows in a little bit faster, at least for me it has. But now I can see, once again, the hair has slowed a little bit. The growth in that area is definitely not as fast, and I'm not shaving as often, but it's not a dramatic change. Before, if I wanted to keep like ultra smooth legs, I would have to shave every couple of days, let's be honest. And I'm talking about like no stubble whatsoever. But now I can probably go about a week with very, very, very minimal stubble, but it's not going to ultimately stop it. So if I want to keep ultra smooth, I probably would have to shave my legs every 4 days. So it has made some improvement, but just keeping it like 100% real, this has not stopped my hair growth in any area on my body. There are a lot of positives to this, don't get me wrong. This device has been helpful. I'm spending less time worrying about hair removal in general, and I'm probably shaving about half as much as I was before. Now for the bikini area, I've been kind of like sporadic about using it because I really saw no difference the first time around in the bikini area. Now right on the outside of the bikini area, I think it was a little bit different, but as far as like the rest, it was not painful to use, but at the same time, I didn't feel like it was doing anything for me. And for me, shaving my bikini line is very painful. I have very sensitive skin to shaving, period. For me to have to shave every single time before I did the laser, I just got to a point where I didn't want to shave that often because it literally is painful to me. So I know a lot of people are the same, they have sensitivity with it, but if you get a lot of razor burn, razor bumps, and you try to avoid shaving too often, that's what it is for me. And it just wasn't worth it for me to shave my bikini area once a week consistently and also do the laser hair removal. The laser did nothing wrong, it didn't hurt me, but I was already like super irritated from the shaving. If that makes sense, I just kind of like gave up on that area altogether. But I kept it up on my arms, my underarms, my legs, and I wanted to be able to give you like a true thorough review. Now, I've had another brand reach out to me about another laser hair removal device, and I was kind of curious, but at the same time, I don't know if anything over the counter would truly give you a more dramatic result. Like, I don't know if I ordered that other device or if they sent it to me and I used it, would it be any different? I'm not sure. I don't necessarily regret doing a paid first impression because my first impression was good. I mean, everything went fine. The plug was a little annoying at first. I think it's actually gotten a lot worse the more that I've used it. It's like loosen up or something. But you know, it wasn't a painful result. I didn't find that it was too much of a pain in the butt. No pun intended. But you know, I found it to be okay. With something like this, only months of use is going to tell you the real deal, the truth about it. So that's why I put off doing a follow-up for so long, is because I had to first use it consistently to be able to tell you guys the accurate truth about everything. Man, I've been talking a lot. Now, I have seen a couple people comment on my previous video and say that they had a hard time ordering from the company. I don't know if it's more than just a couple of comments. I'll have to like scroll through that whole video and take a look, but I feel like it was just a couple of comments where people were saying like they felt it was kind of scammy. Because the device was so expensive, I'm just gonna be like 100% upfront with you. I didn't order this myself or pay for it myself. They sent it to me. So for me, hearing from other people who've ordered directly means a lot more than my experience as an influencer or whatever you want to call it. So I would definitely look through the comments and see, because some people really had experiences. As a matter of fact, if you've ordered this device, let us know how the customer service experience was. And if you have consistently used the device and have seen major results, then also comment that down below so that other people can read and you can have more than just one opinion on it. Something else to keep in mind is that everybody's skin is different, and it only goes to follow that everybody's hair is different as well. I would feel like if anything, for me, I would have probably the easiest time seeing results because my hair is fine. And if anything, you would think that it would work better on me than someone with coarser hair in theory, but maybe that's not true. We don't really know. So there's a lot of factors, and I'm also curious about other devices. And recently I have seen a ton of videos about a laser hair removal device from the brand Kinsey, but I've also heard from another influencer that they had a really bad experience working with them. And of course that may not be the same as the customer service experience. I just already knew the brand that she had worked with, and they had paid her to sponsor the video. And once again, it was a fine first impression, but no first impression is really going to give you the 100% tea on something that takes months in order to see results. I don't know why I'm losing my voice right now, so sorry if I sound like a frog. But yeah, I think that's everything. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm sure there are questions that I haven't answered, so if you want to know anything, let me know down below. And of course, if you guys have had any experience on your own, definitely tell us as well. Ultimately, if you ask me, do you recommend that I get this product? I think it really depends on your expectations. It is kind of expensive given that you aren't getting a full removal of the hair, but that's also in comparison with professional laser hair removal, which I'm sure is maybe thousands of dollars. Like, I haven't even looked into it, but I'm sure that it's a minimum of hundreds, if not thousands, and that's several treatments of going and having it done. It's multiple times as well. So if you go in with the expectation of slower hair growth and finer hair, maybe a little bit more sporadic hair, I would think that your expectations would be met. However, if you're looking for like full removal of the hair, I think it's not going to meet your expectations, and that is just my honest opinion on that. So thank you guys so much for watching my update on this particular device. I will link it below in case you want to go like look at their website and read some of the specs and things like that. Certainly not pushing you to go buy it, because I feel like overall I haven't said anything that would drive anyone to want to go purchase it, but I will leave it linked just in case you want to see it from their website. So that is it. Thank you guys again for watching. Make sure to leave some comments down below. I also do have a giveaway on Instagram going on right now, so be sure to go and check that out as well. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hey buddy. Yeah, you almost missed it. He almost didn't get to make his appearance. Hi. Alright, thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Yeah.